The Crown Prince has a strange habit. Every full moon, he climbs over the wall of my family's estate. And honestly, climbing the wall wouldn't even be the weird part. The weird part is that he always shows up dressed like some low-budget vigilante from a crime movie. All black clothes, face covered, only his eyes visible as they dart around suspiciously. Like a thief. A very handsome thief. And technically, he is here to steal something. Me. My name is Sophia Carter, daughter of one of the oldest political families in Washington, D.C. In 3 months, I'm supposed to make my official debut into high society. My father is a respected senator. My mother comes from one of those old East Coast families that still hosts charity galas in giant mansions and judges people based on which fork they use at dinner. And somehow, they ended up with me. At 5 years old, I released exotic parrots during a governor's fundraising party because they looked sad. The birds flew everywhere and destroyed the First Lady's imported flower arrangements. At 8, during a White House garden event, I tried feeding koi fish cupcakes because I thought they deserved dessert too. One senator's son slipped into the fountain trying to stop me and accidentally splashed muddy water all over a diplomat's wife. At 10, I nearly caused a national incident after climbing over a restricted fence just to pick cherry blossoms because they looked pretty in the sunset. After that, my parents stopped taking me to government events entirely. And the guy who keeps climbing my wall? That would be Vale, the Crown Prince of America's most powerful political dynasty. Our disaster of a relationship started when I was 6. There was a huge spring gala at the presidential residence, and my parents dragged me along after giving me the usual lecture. Don't wander off, don't talk too much, and please, for once in your life, don't embarrass us. I promised I'd behave. 10 minutes later, I got lost in the gardens. The cherry blossoms were in full bloom that day. I sat under a tree trying to talk to a bird because I genuinely believed animals could understand human emotions. The bird ignored me. But a voice behind me said, "You know it can't actually understand you, right?" I turned around. There was a boy about my age leaning against a tree with a book in his hand. Dark hair, sharp eyes, ridiculously pretty face. My very first thought was, why does this boy look prettier than me? That's unfair. How do you know it doesn't understand me? I asked. Because it's a bird. So? Birds still have ears. He blinked, then nodded seriously. That's actually a good point. And just like that, I made my first friend in Washington. He told me his name was Ethan. He said he lived there and didn't really have many friends. I was shocked. You live here? Wait, are you like a butler or something? His entire expression cracked instantly. I'm the Crown Prince. Silence. Complete silence. Then my brain finally processed what he said. Crown Prince. As in the one person my parents warned me never to mess with. So naturally, I panicked and tried to run away. Unfortunately, my dress got caught on a tree branch. The harder I struggled, the more tangled it became. Flowers fell everywhere while I stood there on the verge of tears. Ethan rushed over to help me. He tried pulling the branch away. Didn't work. Tried untangling the fabric carefully. Still didn't work. Then he frowned, looked determined, and decided the fastest solution was apparently to remove the entire dress. Yes, the whole dress. He had already pulled the ribbon halfway loose when Secret Service agents and staff suddenly stormed into the garden. Everyone froze. There stood the young Crown Prince holding part of my dress ribbon while I looked moments away from public humiliation. The screaming started immediately. That year, Ethan was forced to copy royal conduct rules 100 times. And I almost became the first 6-year-old girl in modern American history to accidentally flash half of Washington's political elite. As the guards dragged him away, Ethan turned back and said, "You don't have to run from me. I don't bite." Later, I learned something important. He really didn't bite, but he absolutely held grudges. I thought that would be the end of it, especially because my parents practically banned me from ever attending another royal event again. My dad actually said, "If you step near that palace one more time, this family's reputation is finished." I thought he was exaggerating. Until 6 months later, an official invitation arrived. Children from elite families were being selected to attend the Royal Academy. And at the top of the list was my name. My parents stared at the letter like it was a death sentence. Then the messenger smiled politely and added, "The Crown Prince personally requested Miss Carter." That was the moment my parents realized this nightmare wasn't ending anytime soon. On my first day at the academy, I wore the most conservative outfit I owned. No drama, no chaos, no attention. I quietly chose the seat farthest in the corner and sat down, determined to become invisible. Then a calm voice beside me said, "You're late." I turned my head, and there he was. White uniform, perfect posture, that same beautiful face. Ethan Vale, the Crown Prince himself. I stared at him nervously. "Why are you sitting back here?" I asked. "Shouldn't the Crown Prince sit in the front row?" He casually flipped a page in his book. "I can sit wherever I want." Then his eyes lifted toward me slowly. "But you choosing the corner seat." A faint smile appeared on his lips. "Is that because you're afraid I might bite?"